What's going on, guys? I'm back with another one. And I watched a movie called Zola, starring Taylor Page, Riley Keough, and Coleman Domingo. First of all, I present to you Hollywood's tale of the Streetwalker. That's right. This isn't no Disney tale right here, guys. And as I can recall, the first tale of a Streetwalker that I actually enjoyed was called Freeway. And what people do not know about this movie is it was Reese Witherspoon's first film as an adult. That's right. That's right. And not only that, it had the whole Little Red Riding Hood and Big Bad Wolf vibe to it. Actually, I think it meant to do that. It was definitely pushing for that vibe. All right? It was done on purpose. It also was a very crazy, strange, different type of movie. And I enjoyed all that about this. Then much further down the line in life came a film called Spring Breakers. Now, Spring Breakers wasn't necessarily a prostitute film, but James Franco's character was still like a father figure to these girls that he had on his team. In the word or the fact that they would do anything for him. They would rob anybody he wanted to rob. All right. They were like little, gangsterettes or whatever he probably wanted to call them. All right. And I enjoyed that movie as well. And of course, there comes the film we all know. And I actually did a review on this a long time back. Hustlers, starring, of course, J-Lo, produced by, surprisingly, Will Ferrell and Adam McKay. And I did never imagine that Will Ferrell could produce or direct a biopic, but he did it. He did that, and it was a very good movie. So you're probably wondering why I didn't mention Pretty Woman, right? Honestly, Pretty Woman does not fit into this category. Pretty Woman is a romance movie. It's a romance. It's what they call a chick flick. It's really that. It's not a raw, gritty tale of a prostitute. And I didn't really care for that movie. All right. So now we have Zola. And the question is Zola the derivative, provocative tale of a streetwalker like the other movies? We're about to find out. Let's go. Zola, for those who don't know, for those who are not aware, honestly, I was supposed to do this review 2 reviews back, but somehow 2 films got in the way of that, and I could not let them get away. So I hope you understand. Alright. Zola is pretty much based on a true story about some tweets. Honestly, about some tweets. Alright. About this prostitute stripper named Zola, who bumps into another stripper named Stefani. Very sketchy stripper. Can't trust. Alright. Can't trust the words she says. But somehow she convinces Zola to go with her and her roommate and her boyfriend to Miami to make some extra money. And of course, when they get there, that's when the trouble starts. And that's the premise of the movie. It's easy as that. Positives. This movie is very raw and uncut. Right? It holds nothing back. And that's exactly what I expected from this. Good example. I've never seen a movie where they're in the bathroom and it shows a bird eye view of not only them on the toilet, but their butts in full view, doing what they're doing. And then when they get up, it shows the aftermath. Don't worry, it was number one. It was number one. And I know a lot of people are going to be like, that's very unnecessary. And I can understand that. I can understand that. You probably want to fast forward that part. But I just appreciated that because it told me the rest of this movie is going to be, it's not going to hold anything back. It's not going to hold anything back. And for somebody like me who does not like censorship, I really appreciate that. I really appreciate that, okay? That's what you need for a movie like this. My next positive. This film told the truth about sketchy people in general. Every character, every actor played their part like they were supposed to. Yeah, it was Stefani, who was the untrustworthy, sketchy prostitute. All right, every word that came out of her mouth, like I said earlier, was a blatant lie over and over. But she was very convincing somehow. Then there was her roommate, ex, all right, who had a couple of tricks up his sleeve. He played the gorilla pimp very well. Gorilla pimp, if you don't know what that is, that's a pimp that takes no silly business. He's very serious about his money, and he's willing to do anything to make his prostitutes get that money. That's a gorilla pimp. Is what this guy played in the movie. Very, very brutal dude. Did not care about anybody's life. All right, and they also had her boyfriend. Yes, her boyfriend Derek, who was a very, I don't like to talk anybody or talk down on anybody, but he was really gullible. A really gullible dude who, what a lot of people would call a sucker. Okay? An L7, a square in this situation. And the actor did a great job on this role. He did a great job on this role. He really played that part. He looked the part. Alright? So everybody did their thing that they were supposed to do. They played their role. I love that. Another positive that I caught from this. This had sort of a versus going on. There was Zola's story versus Stefani's story. Okay. Now I already knew that they were going to give you a whole playthrough of what Zola, or how she saw this, because that's how the movie starts off. And she's a narrator of this movie. But then there's a scene in here that probably so uncut that they had to cut it out, or it had to be a adult film. So in order to cut this scene out, they had to skip or kind of phase to Stefani telling her side of the story. And of course, when she started telling it, everything she said was like complete falsehoods, complete lies. But it was funny. She tried to make herself seem like she was a church girl and she was with her pastor and all. And no, that is exactly not what was going on. That was not going on. That was not happening. But the way it was depicted and shown, it was humorous. It was humorous, and it was definitely something that I could see somebody like her trying to make someone who's maybe as dumb as rocks trying to believe. Okay. So that was pretty entertaining. That was pretty entertaining right there. I love the stories against each other's story. That was nice. I like that part. Now, negatives. There's a weird part in this movie where Zola kind of figures out that maybe she made the wrong choice, hanging with the wrong people. She's in the back seat of the car of Stefani's roommate's car, and Stefani's roommate turns to her and he threatens her. If she gets out that truck, he threatened her. But his voice completely changes. He all of a sudden has this island, or this the Jamaican accent. Okay, and it was weird because I wondered, why was he hiding that accent the whole time? What was the point of hiding that accent? Was it the art of deception? Because if it was, I just feel like it was not necessary. He could have just had the Jamaican accent the whole time. I don't think that would have not, I don't think it would have made her not want to go with y'all by if you didn't pretend that you were American. So that whole part was bizarre to me. It was very weird, very strange that he chose to do that. And it added nothing to the movie. It really added nothing to the plot or anything. They didn't, yeah. Second negative. There were a lot of bad decisions made by especially the main character and a couple of other characters in this movie. And it kind of did not help as he went along. But of course, we already know the main character is going to make a lot of bad decisions because that's how the movie got made. Or it wouldn't be a movie. But I just want to say this. You never go on a trip with somebody you don't know or you just met for about 1 or 2 days. You never go on a trip with this person. Okay? You don't know this person from Adam, okay? You don't know this person from Adam. But you're going to go with her to Miami. Red flag number 1. All right. And then a lot of stuff falls out after that. You know the drill. You know how that goes. Also, a thing that happens with Derek, the gullible boyfriend. There's another guy in Miami that spots Derek, starts talking to Derek. Derek's by himself while he's waiting for his girlfriend and whatever she's doing. Derek starts telling him too much. Derek's not smart. Okay? Don't be Derek. That really, I was like, man, why? But why? But why would you do this? Who is this? Who is this stupid? Who is this dumb? Derek. Of course, Derek's this dumb. He is this dumb. Unfortunately. And it was just, there's a lot of other decisions that were made. Just, I don't think, and this is supposed to be a true story now. I couldn't see real people making these decisions. Okay? It was just hard to fathom or just imagine. My last negative about this, which really put a big cut in it, the end of the movie. The end of the movie is garbage. Okay? It's garbage. It doesn't make any sense. And to end it like that, it's just a bad decision on everybody's part. And I understand that it's a true story, so they didn't want to fabricate too much and, lie. Just flat out lie, but you can at least stretch the truth a little bit. You can put a little dazzle on it or something. Put a little something on it for that end. We'll understand. We'll definitely. I don't think anybody's gonna complain about that. Just don't lie too hard. Okay? Don't lie too hard. But make believe. It's all about make believe. It's just a bad ending. It was a bad ending. It ruined the whole movie. It ruined the whole momentum of it. I was into the momentum of this, to be honest with you, how it was being presented, and then that ending just blew up in my face. All right, it's very stupid, very it's bad. If that was made up, you should have told the truth at the end. And so I have to give this, believe it or not, an I cool. Yes, I loved, other than that ending, I loved how this movie was played out. I loved it. Everything actually made sense. It's just the bad decisions were a little cringy, but everything made sense. Everything was like, yeah, I could see this happening. I could see that happening. I believe her story here. I understand why she will never talk to this girl again. But that ending just put a big womp on this, man. It ruined it. It really ruined the movie. I need you to press that like button, share. If you haven't subscribed, you better do it.